This is NAF Connect for Africa and the world, delivering to you news about the Tokyo Olympics with a special focus on African athletes. This news is presented to you by my humble self, Emeka Stanley Ebogota, the present Igbo Union Kansai Japan chairman. The news in details. The Tokyo Olympic kicked off officially on July 23rd, and the athletes participating in the games made their appearance at the opening ceremony. After 2 days, Africa has won 2 medals so far. In the field of swimming, 18-year-old Tunisian swimmer Ahmed Hano surprised the audience with the unexpected victory in the final of the men's 400-meter freestyle on Sunday. He finished in 3 minutes, 43.26 seconds, winning a gold medal. He will be competing again in the men's 800-meter freestyle on Tuesday, the 28th. The other medal was earned by yet another Tunisian athlete, Mohamed Khalid Jendobi. In Taekwondo, 58-kilogram category, he won a silver medal, defeating South Korean Jang Jung in the semi-final. This is for today. Thank you for tuning into NAF Connect for Africa and the world. I am reporting live from Tokyo Media Center, Japan.
Very nice. Subarashi.
Thank you.
Sugoyo na.
Kincho shimasu.
Oriyori.
Kincho.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ebogota, for the news for the Africans. NAF Connects for Africa and the world is willing and relentless to bring to the Africans latest information about the Olympic, and not only latest information about the Olympic, latest information about things that does exist in Japan. We have taken it as a responsibility. My honest guest, my best guest today, Honorable Bogota Stanley, who flew in from Osaka, Japan, the chairman Igbo Union Kansai, to join our program today to make sure we bring this to your doorstep. We're really very sorry we couldn't start on the 21st. I think before the official opening of the Olympics was on the 21st. On the 21st. The official opening was on the 23rd, and then we're supposed to start on the 21st to start bringing information to you about the athletes from Africa, because I think Malawi started on the 21st. I'm sure of that, if I'm not mistaken. But there are some athletes, taekwondo, swimming, and others who started on the 21st. But the rest assured Olympics started on the 23rd, which is the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Before we go there, let me welcome Honorable Ebogota to NAF Connects. We are airing live from the Tokyo Media Center. Thank you very much for taking your time.
Thank you, sir.
To visit us, to to air as you've been, bringing information for us from the Kansai region, and we hope to build more collaborations with you as our best, editor, as our best, reporter, as our best, surveyor, someone who brings a lot of information to make sure we build an institution that be timeless for the African community in Japan, and Africans would be Africans bound for Japan. This time is Olympic special. We are not in to discuss anything about, African lifestyle or whatever, but we are bringing to you live from Tokyo Media Center the informations about the Olympics. It is the first of its kind. For the first time that we want Africans to get first-hand information about what is happening in Japan, the athletes in Olympic Village. Thank you very much, for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Today. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I would first of all want to take up the opening ceremony. During the opening ceremony, as you can see, at the hall or at the stadia of the opening ceremony, there wasn't, spectators wasn't allowed to join. What's your feeling about that for the first time in history?
Yes, to be honest with you, the opening ceremony was so wonderful. However, the spectators were not allowed inside the stadium. Though the Emperor of Japan is there and some dignitaries, but other spectators were not allowed to come inside to witness. So I was so surprised to see that. I was listening to news. I think that probably Japan may adjust to bring in some spectators to watch what they have planned for the world.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it was so strict that as many people that wants to come in to witness this opening ceremony were not allowed, no matter whom you are. It was so strict. I was so surprised to see that. I felt they were joking from the inception, but I didn't know it would be so serious like that. No spectator. Was so wonderful.
The pandemic is a great thing. When I use the word great thing, it has devastated a lot of things. And of course, at that condition, Japan has managed to put everything in place, ranging from sanity to make sure that the athletes bound for Japan never have any problem, never complain of anything. Of course, it's a difficult thing. Japan has spent a lot of money, and we pray that the Olympic will go smoothly according to plan. And it is going smoothly at this point in time, of course, you should know. So not allowing spectators, of course, I think is something that will go down in history, definitely. I think Tokyo 2020 Olympic will be the highest remembered Olympics from age-long slumber, to be honest, because of the conditions. And Japan has proven their resilience of conducting this Olympic during this pandemic to show that we have defeated Corona. So I think that is the most important. And then again, one thing I wanted to ask you is, watching African athletes, coming into the arena, people were having their flag, walking in. I'm really very, I was so happy the, Japanese contingents, their national flag was carried by half Beninese and half Japanese. Hachimura Rui, who the mother is from Japan and the father is from Benin Republic, carried the national flag with the Japanese athletes. Again, the last lap on the most momentous part of the Olympic was lighting the light, putting the light on, and that was also given to Naomi Osaka. Now she lit the candle, and she's a half Haiti and then half Japanese. So what does that teach you in the area of cooperation, harmonious relationship between individuals and social group, in the areas of integration, Japan becoming a great society of allowing every race, every group, everything to grow in the soil of Japan. What does that teach you? Does it signal
Yeah,
anything to
you
you?
know, from the inception of this particular Olympic, which was supposed to be done last year, and is being handled this year, 2021, but they say nevertheless, it's going to be named 2020
Yes,
Tokyo. That is wonderful.
exactly.
Then secondly, as far as Japan is concerned, they marked this particular Olympic titled Unity in Diversity, which means they are not doing some segregations towards anybody.
Exactly.
They want to show the world that the world can come in union again. They want to prove to the world that people can come in unity, irrespective of your country, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your gender. So they say this is unity in diversity. I so much love that. The moment I saw that, I say, yes, this is it. Japan got it. And they demonstrated it. They want to coordinate everybody. They want to make sure that as many people that are coming to Japan are comfortable,
Yeah.
irrespective of the pandemic. And the way they handle it is so wonderful. I can say in Japanese, it is subarashi. I so much love
So
that.
you can speak Japanese?
Yes, I can speak a little
I,
bit.
I thought you can because you were blowing grammar and
Yeah, just a little bit. You know,
you are
Japan is a
blowing
very
grammar,
difficult
you know,
language.
you are blowing grammar left and right, and I thought, oh, maybe you were one of those Olympians who just came one of the delegates.
No,
I didn't
no,
know you can
no,
speak
no, no.
Mandarin.
I have an
and others.
address in Japan.
In Japan,
So,
yeah. That's
so
wonderful.
that is
Of course,
interesting.
yeah, very
Unity in
interesting.
diversity. I so
You
much
have
love
you have
that.
analyzed it well. You have said it all. In unity in diversity.
Diversity.
And I think Japan has demonstrated that, like you
Yes.
just said. It has no two ways about it. I mean, once Japan is a place that there are a lot of chances, and once you can do it well, definitely there are positions for you.
Exactly.
There's no two ways about it. Everybody who is living in Japan, who has ever lived in Japan for once will always understand that Japan goes for the best.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you want to excel, you must do it well.
Exactly.
Yes, there's no two ways about it.
No two ways.
Yes,
No shortcut.
no shortcut. Thank you very much. There's no shortcut. So, but in that
Yeah.
essence, right now, during the opening ceremony, once again, you can see that many athletes, when coming into the stadium, some were dancing, some were reluctantly walking into the stadium. And some of the clothing, I think the outfit was so African outfit was so elaborate in the stadium. Particularly, I think I cherished Malawian outfit. Malawi has been announced as the best performing, team during entry of the Olympic inside the stadium. They showed energy. They showed good demonstration. Again, one of the guys I met also said Angolan outfit was so subarashi, like you just
Yeah,
said.
yeah, subarashi.
Wonderful. Yes. Then come to Nigeria. Nigeria was so reluctant, if I may say, walking into the stream because I was even shouting, "Why not dance?" Nigerians are always loud. We are very very energetic, but our Olympic team, when they were walking into the stadium, they just walked in lackadaisically. So did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did.
good,
I
good.
did.
So what's your take about that? And then which country in Africa do you think that had the best, performance during their, walking into the stadium?
Yes, to be honest with you, first of all, the entrance of the athletes into the stadium has to be alphabetical order.
Yes.
But in this Japan way, it's so unique because Japan, they did their own in their Japanese slavery. So,
Yes.
like Iceland,
I know.
came first
Yeah, yeah.
before even America.
Yes.
So people will be wondering, why is it so? Because Japan's slavery is not like A, B, C, D.
Yes.
So they did it according to their own
A,
slavery.
E, U, A, O.
Yeah, A, E, U, A, O.
Kakeku,
If I,
okay,
Kakeku, if I may, if I may be right.
Yeah,
So-
you're right.
So
You're right.
now another thing is that
But is that
usually
sorry? There is that the rule of the Olympics that
Yes.
any host country they use their slavery to organize that?
before it was not so. They come alphabetical order.
But if that is the
Japan,
case, why is
Japan
Greece?
said that their own is not
why
A, B,
has
C, D.
why has Greece always become the first? because they are the first Olympiads. So,
Olympians.
okay, okay.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
so Japan, the rule of the what do you call it, the IOC,
Yes.
International Olympic Committee,
Olympic Committee.
is they must use the countries, the host countries as level to
Yes,
call names.
Japan, because this is so specific, and
Okay.
Japan used it to be unique
Okay.
in their because of their culture. They want to portray their culture.
Okay.
They want to show the people what they are up to.
Okay.
So they want to change everything by using their own syllabary instead of American ABCD.
We need to find out that, because
Yeah.
let it not be that Japan manipulated that because no. That's
It's
what I
not
want to know.
manipulation.
Yeah, I want to really get the structure of IOC on this topic before
Yeah.
we conclude them. But actually, it was a little confusing for people to understand why is it this person is called before
It's
this
called
person.
before this person.
It's not in chronological. It's not
Yeah.
alphabetical to say ABCD as we usually know.
Yeah.
So there must be a kind of
I think Japan were allowed to use their own syllabary
Okay.
instead of using ABCD because they are not
Yes.
counting theirs in ABCD.
Okay.
So they were given that permission
Okay.
to do so. So that is why you can see it like that.
Overall, what impressed you the most during the opening ceremony? As for me,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
what impressed you most? Let
to
me.
me, first of all, when I saw the Emperor of Japan in the stadium,
Yes.
I say, wow, this is very, very interesting.
We are about to start the
He was
Olympic.
there,
Yes.
and the Prime Minister of Japan was there.
Yes.
So, and there's so many dignitaries.
And
When
the,
I saw
yes,
it,
and
I
the
say,
president of Olympic.
yes, I say,
was there.
yes,
Baha was there.
it's coming to pass because there were so many speculations that Japan may cancel the Olympic at the 11th hour.
Yeah.
So people were demonstrating outside, people were gathering outside to witness the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they were not allowed in. So
Yes.
they were doing their own outside the stadium,
Okay.
clustering together. Some are still demonstrating why should we do Olympic in the midst of COVID-19.
Yes,
But Japan said no because IOC, in the collaboration of Japan authority, decided to hold the Olympic irrespective of the pandemic. So it was so wonderful. I so much appreciate that.
As for me, I'm a champion of let's do the Olympic. And I know a lot of people, particularly over 70% of Japanese, went against it
Yes.
because of the
Since
pandemic.
2 years ago.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And as you know, I asked one question to somebody. If we cancel this Olympics, will the corona go?
Oh, that is the question.
That's the question. So if we cancel it, the corona will continue. If we put how many state of emergency, more than 20 or 30 state of emergencies, we have done, this is the fourth one right now.
Yeah.
If we put more than 200 state of emergencies, the corona will not go. I quoted the Tokyo governor recently, what she just said, that the word is with corona. That's the word.
Oh,
We must learn how to live with corona. And then new normal. So that's a word that trended here in Tokyo. New normal. That is putting on your mask,
Sanitizing your hands.
keeping social distancing and
distancing.
stuff like that. I believe that is the chart, the path Japan should charter, using the scientific know-how to make sure that we live with this corona safe and not just running away from the corona virus. So this is the most important.
So,
This is the most anyway important thing we need to do to make sure. Okay. Put on your mask.
okay.
this car. Are we ready to go? Yeah, we apologize for the little injunction. We thought we could announce to you so that you will understand our faces. We removed our mask, but yes, of course, we understand the situation. We were instructed to put on our mask. Very sorry about that. So it was a little injunction, and we have done that based on the law. So we will continue our program.
We are not here to violate the law.
We are not here to
rather to abide.
Abide, seriously. So we thank them for the opportunity to announce from the Tokyo Media Center and to bring information to you. Yes, like I was explaining, Japan has done their best. And of course, the Olympic is on. And NAFCONEX for Africa and the world is praying for the success of the Olympics. We can never give in for Corona.
Sure.
It is quite clear. We can never give in. We only find ways to live with the Corona, like the Tokyo governor said, with Corona. I'm in support of that. Of course, people who go against holding the Olympic have their own views. We are not against them because this is, individual differences and people's understanding and freedom of speech at the same time. So,
you see, what I want to chip in this is that when malaria came to Africa, malaria killed a lot of people. Now, at this dispensation, Nigerians or Africans have come to the knowledge of how to live with the malaria. So we got malaria drugs. I know before we used like chloroquine. When you take chloroquine for malaria, it scratches your body and you dance. Very, very bitter.
At your age, I'm sure you didn't take that one.
I took chloroquine.
Not chloroquine. This one I'm talking now, I have forgotten the name, but if you put it, my father then, if he puts it on a spoon, I assure you that if you turn that spoon upside down, the thing will not fall off from the spoon.
No, I don't know.
Hey, I can't remember the name anymore. If you drink that 3 days, you will not eat, anything you eat is no longer tasty.
Wow.
So each time, if you have malaria, you pretend as if you don't have fever.
Yeah, in order not to take it.
You remember that?
So what I'm trying to say is that since Africans have been acclimatized with malaria, so also COVID-19. So let us acclimatize with it. Let us not be afraid.
Yes.
Let us not be afraid.
Let's
move on. Life goes on. Because it has come to stay.
Yes.
In as much as you have taken vaccine, I've seen some cases where after the first shot of the vaccine, the person stay contacted with COVID-19 and died.
Exactly.
After the first
first shot.
Yeah. Stay contacted and die.
And as a matter of fact, if you contract COVID, if you take the vaccine, even first and second, you still require PCR test to go overseas.
You see?
So I mean,
let's live with it.
I'm really very comfortable and confident.
I'm asking them if after I take my second shot, if I'm coming back to Japan with my COVID passport.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be quarantined again?
Yes.
I've not gotten the answer. Because if after taking the second shot, I come to Japan, I stay quarantined, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, so we have to live with it.
Corona.
Without being, afraid of anything.
Yes, from the opening ceremony, deception of participants in the spectators and disallowing spectators in almost all the games. Yes, of course, it is all caused by this pandemic. Wow. So, it's a new thing that has arrived in the world that probably a lot of laws has not been promulgated in that state. So it's learning process. So I'm sure Japan, of course, as I know, will come up with a new modalities on how to live.
I trust them
with this process. So our appeal is let it not distract activities, because a lot of people are suffering, even to the extent that the government might not even have the eyes to look to that level of people that are suffering. They only see restaurants, entertainment businesses, and all the while. But a lot of people under certain companies that has folded are having a lot of problems, and Japan cannot continue to pay. Of course, definitely they should bring in technological know-how to dictate these things and how to live. So we move forward.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the most important.
Yeah, supported.
Well, now we come to the another topic that is very important. South Africa and the Japanese Olympic soccer match.
Wow, male or female?
Male.
Male,
Yes,
precisely.
precisely male.
Okay.
So, did you watch that, the games?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay,
I did.
okay.
Because it was played a day before the opening ceremony.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is also interesting.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
know.
yeah, you are very conversant. You
Yeah.
see, that's why I like you. Very conversant. So, but from, I don't know, as a soccer player myself, I am quite confident that if not because of, you break your leg, you break your hand, and if you break your leg, nobody will cure you. In those days in Africa, your parents wouldn't allow you to play soccer because they know if you are injured, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So they'll take care of you, and probably there might be no money to take care of you, so it becomes their own burden. Nobody takes the burden from them. So now, from my, my own point of view, I watched the match from beginning to the end. South Africans, I don't think they played with their full strength. They were a little lazy. I was even wondering if they did train well or not. Yes, Japan defeated them and gave them 1-0. But I think if South Africa had played with their full strength, probably they might have done better than that. So what do you think is behind that?
Well, the South Africa, in as much as they come to Japan
Yeah,
for so many diversified sports,
yeah,
much especially this soccer,
yes,
and they played with Japan. Now, what I saw there, like you say, that South African did not participate the way we expected
exactly,
them
exactly,
as an African.
yes,
Now, the distance between Africa and Japan, for example, Nigeria and Japan is about 8 hours.
yes.
So most people, they have what is called jet lag.
Are you talking of distance or are you talking of time difference?
The time difference.
Okay, good.
Sorry, time difference.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you for the correction.
No,
I'm
no
talking
problem.
about the time
Yeah,
difference.
because
Yeah. So like Nigeria and
if it is
Japan.
8 hours, I'll be traveling to Nigeria every day.
Yeah. So
You understand my point?
the time difference is 8 hours.
Yeah.
Now South Africans, they came to Japan. They were quarantined.
Yes.
Then, however, 2 core players of South Africans, they contracted corona on arrival.
Are you serious?
Yes, they were tested.
Was it
3 people.
Was it South African
South Africa.
members
Yeah,
or
South
Uganda?
Africa. Yeah, South Africa.
South Africa
Yeah.
too.
2 core players contacted corona.
Oh, really?
1 video analyst
Yes.
also contacted corona from South Africa. So 3 of them were kept in a special place.
Oh.
Now, in that sense, the South Africans were so demoralized because they have lost 2 core players.
Okay.
Now, secondly, they were kept in a place without just going out. No practice.
No practice.
They didn't practice. They just came. The first time they were playing in Japan is that day they played with Japanese. So no practice. They don't study the weather. They don't study the environment. Even the field, maybe in Nigeria, in South Africa, they are playing on a natural grass.
Yes.
But in Japan could be a
Kind of synthetic
yeah,
or something like that.
kind of artificial.
Yeah, synthetic. Yes.
Synthetic.
Yes.
And also the weather.
The weather.
So all those things comprises
Together.
of to them that they
And,
didn't
and, again,
perform
and,
very
again,
well.
and again, I heard they were subjected to PCR test. I think how many hours before the match,
Yes.
and it was attributed that the result, if it is true, if it is okay, if it appears negative, then they can play. Get the point very clear.
Yeah.
So I think that trauma again might, make them lose some confidence
Yeah,
and
they did. They
lose
did.
some weight because you wouldn't know if you're tested, you're gonna be positive or negative,
Negative.
and then again the match will not be held. So in this essence, I mean, it is quite understandable that South Africa didn't perform to their full strength based on the fact that some of their people contracted coronavirus, and then other remaining members were subjected to, seclusion. Yeah. And not only that, even 20, I think about 7 hours before the match, yeah, all of them were tested PCR test again, waiting result. And the result determines the fate of the match, whether to continue or not. So if you are subjected to such scrutiny, no one will perform to the full strength. Then what was the result of that match?
It is 1-0.
Against or for?
Against South Africa.
Okay, Japan defeated South Africa. 1-0.
At the 71st minute.
Yes, yeah. And I think it was, what's the name of the player?
Kubo.
Kubo, yes.
Kubo.
Yeah, who struck.
And you know one funny thing?
What was that?
After scoring the goals and they had the interview,
yes,
Kubo said he knew they will score goal. And he believed if there is any goal to be scored, it must be him. When I saw that interview, I was so,
wow. So he was so confident.
He was so confident.
To say that.
I said, why didn't you score from the first minute or second minute, But nevertheless,
anyway, it was a beautiful, was a beautiful goal.
It was very, very beautiful.
Wonderful, because his trapping was second to none. He magneted the ball, put it down, and they thought probably it's going to pass because of the angle was so. Yeah. So he moved once and pushed it.
Yeah.
The thing moved to the corner and then defeated the goalkeeper. So it was a nice, beautiful goal.
It was nice, but a lot of opportunities were missed.
Why we
in scoring the goals.
Yes.
Yeah. Both South Africans, Japanese, they missed a lot of goal opportunities, which I know in the next match they will have some changes.
In my own understanding, I don't believe in. I don't simply believe in goal opportunity. I believe in goal score.
But goal opportunity will give room to goals. If there is no goal opportunity,
if there are no attempts, yes, definitely there won't be goals.
Or goal attempts.
Or goal attempts. So
if that word will be comfortable for you, goal attempts.
Goal attempts, yes, that's the best word. Thank you very much. So I think NAF Connect for Africa is in support of any team that is doing well, but particularly South Africa, we hope that they will do us proud. It's quite unfortunate Nigeria did not come here.
Very unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. The best sports we do most, we didn't have our male, we didn't have our female, players qualify for this, Olympics. It's amazing. But anyway, every day is not Christmas. Of course, we've been featuring many times.
And I believe, like what we said before, that was Nigeria just acquired coldness when they were entering into the stadium for the opening ceremony. Because if they have soccer teams, either female or male, they are so radical.
Very, very.
You will see them, jumping up and down because they are so energetic. But these ones, just athletes, table tennis,
sprinklers,
and
very calm, so cold.
Unlike I say, is this Nigeria?
Okay.
I know. I know Nigeria are so radical in comes things like that.
we believe that the South Africans will now recuperate now that they have faced this trauma and succeed and only conceded one goal.
Yes.
In their next match, I am quite confident that they will do us proud.
I believe so.
I believe that. So we will be cheering them from the Tokyo Media Center.
Yeah.
We'll be shouting for them. Even when we are not in the stadium, we are here supporting them.
Exactly.
So they should do us proud. Are they the only team that comes for the Olympic for soccer? South Africa? Do we have another team? Ghana is here?
Ghana.
Do we have Ghana here?
I'm not sure.
I think we have Ghana. Ghana team is here, soccer team, I'm sure of that. So we will research on them and then make sure we give every of African teams, no matter regardless of the sports you're doing, we support them seriously, in full faith. That would be very, very important.
Yes.
Which sports do you think Nigeria will perform better?
Oh, I'm expecting Nigeria to do well in basketball.
do we have a basketball team?
Yes.
Oh, it's unlike me asking this question. I think I have had they defeated the American team during
Yes.
the friendly matches they have.
Exactly.
We believe
Exactly. So
they
we
do
believe they can do well.
definitely. So they play well, eh?
Yes, they did.
Do they have NBA players?
I'm not
Some of
sure.
some of the Nigerians who play for NBA, did they join their team?
I'm not sure of that.
I think I got the
That will
information
decide
that we have a lot of NBAs. I will make sure that NAFCONES get their information
Yeah.
so that we can. I visited there. It's important to share with you that I visited Kisarazo. That is our Olympic town.
Okay.
Nigeria's Olympic town is Kisarazo, and I visited there to see a lot of our athletes. Of
Yeah,
course, then
I saw the video.
thank you very much. The basketball team are not yet. They've not arrived then, actually.
Okay.
But I met a lot of people, taekwondo, wrestling, sprinters, table tennis, and they were full of strength and energy. So I think Nigeria will also do us part in
Yes, I
that
hope so.
area.
I hope so.
Yes,
Very
definitely. We will be bringing informations and updates about, African contingents
Yes.
in general that come to Japan.
Sure.
My next topic here today is, as you know, or you must have heard, that a would-be Olympian, a Ugandan, came to Japan and couldn't qualify. And out of frustration, maybe, because we have not been able to interview him on NAFCONES for Africa, he decided to leave a note that reads that he don't want to go back to his country, that he wants to work in Japan. Many people saw that as a slide to his country or as a slide to Africa. People who understand his feelings also see it in a different dimension. So what do you think about that action from an African athlete?
Well, to me, personally, I believe that the country, Ugandan government, sent him to represent a whole country, not a state. Now, definitely he came to Japan. Prior to the commencement of the game, he just escaped.
Get the story clear so that you will not make a wrong comment.
Yeah.
He was not sent to represent his country. He was sent to come and qualify for the Olympic here because Uganda didn't have that category of a weight he would lift before he become qualified as Olympian. So he came here to lift that, to consider if he will qualify or not. And he was here, went for the protest, couldn't lift that, and then he was disqualified. So that's why I said he should wait. He has not qualified. That's why I called him would-be Olympian.
Olympian. Yeah.
If he had qualified, he should be in the Olympics. So he couldn't qualify because he failed to lift that category he's fighting for. So he was given 4 days to leave, prompting that action.
Yeah.
So get it guided and then let me know your opinion.
Okay, because of, it's a determined thing that he wrote a note.
Yes.
And all the people with him, they saw the note.
Yes.
And that was when they knew that he has escaped.
Yes.
Now, to me, since he has gotten the opportunity to come to Japan, he has gotten the visa,
Yes.
why not go back quietly and organize another opportunity to come back to Japan? Because, one, he wrote a letter and he sent a message to the other people that they should ask or they should take his luggages to his wife in Uganda. Yes, he mentioned that.
Okay.
So which means it's a predetermined thing that he wanted to escape because he did not qualify, as you said. So to me, he shouldn't have done that. He should have waited until his departure date. Just leave because Japan is a peaceful country. If you apply again, hopefully you can still get visa and you can come legitimately instead of doing like that. Because if he had known that Japan will still apprehend him, he wouldn't have messed himself up. Now, it doesn't take time.
Well, your views, I duly understand very, very well. That is the right thing to do. In my own view, I, as an African, knowing my own conditions, as an African, understanding my condition, understanding where I come from, where I'm coming from, yes, I can understand at the back of that young man's mind why he behaved that way. It's a difficult thing for any Japanese to understand. It's a difficult thing for any Western person to understand why that young man should take to that level. Yes, of course, he degraded his country, he degraded Africa, in fact, he puts himself into trouble. What I do not understand right now is, was he deported, or because
I learned he was deported.
he's a
With immediate effect.
deported, okay. To be very honest with you, I made few inquiries. Of course, I can't quote anybody, and understand that the young man, even as I'm talking to you, they've thrown his things out of his house while he was here fighting for that protest, because he hadn't a pardon. He doesn't have money. So he thought probably coming to this Olympic, if he qualifies, will at least give him some energy. And again, financial, not only financial energy, but I think the popularity will be there.
Okay. Yes.
And then, understanding the route he's passing through, I come to realize that the young man is in desperate situation, which does not permit him to behave the way he did. I suggest he should have raised his hands in a genuine manner and say, if anyone can help me, I don't want to go back to Uganda because of my condition, because of the condition in my own country or in my own state or in my present condition. And people will give him advice that, yes, we understand, we are Africans. What you should do is don't run away, don't write any note. But okay, you can go back and apply for scholarship. Seek for scholarship, or people can say, okay, we will bring you back through our companies so that you'll be working, and once you sign an agreement that you will continue this, your profession. Because most of them lack adequate, training kits to train to the standard. Okay, look at that. He is yet coming here to compete the category, the weight of the category, to be able to qualify, because he doesn't have it in his own country. So it's a difficult thing. Africa is not a place after graduation you get job. Of course, you know that. So people definitely look up for survival. And for him, what more baffles me is for him to get that strength, even with a wife, having no money, but get that strength to struggle to be nominated or picked as one of the candidates, prospective candidates to the Olympic. He must have come a long way.
Yeah, sure.
Struggling.
Sure.
Therefore, I am quite confident that a lot of people would have, lend their helping hands. So, yes, illegally, sorry, you're coming now. Illegally, I'm not saying what he did is right, but he got it wrong because he lacked advice, and he just slept and only dreamt that, oh, in 4 days I will live here after all the struggle, because I couldn't leave this. But if given the chance to train more, he might be in the next Olympic. If given the chance to train here in Japan,
Yeah.
he might be in the next Olympic. So I'm thinking of a lot of things about the young man now. What do you think we should do for
Now,
him?
what I think is this.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
That letter he wrote
Yes.
and kept for people to see,
Yes.
do you think if that letter was not written, his ideas or things like that will have a different shape? Because that letter kind of implicated him.
Yes.
If he has not written that letter, people might think, did he escape? Or did he not escape? Did he miss? Or did he not miss? Kidnapped or not kidnapped?
Yes.
People will be speculating what happened.
To the man.
What happened to the man? But for him to write a letter ends every speculation.
Yes.
So they know actually this is
What he's looking
predetermined intention.
Yes.
And that is why Japanese government started looking for him
for
immediately.
immediately.
So do you think that if the letter was not written, he might not be searched the way he was?
I think no. Let me get what you said is
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and what comes
Oh,
out
you are
of
quoting Bible now.
yes, what comes out of a man divides him.
Yeah.
That's what comes out of him, and that is what comes in mind at that particular time. And probably, out of not knowing the structure that runs here in Japan, yes, he felt probably if you write such thing, the government will hearken to his voice.
We have mercy on you.
Thank you very much. And does not know that things doesn't work that way in an advanced society, not only Japan. So he should have asked, but probably have nobody to ask. Get the point very clear. Therefore, the young man struggling to come here, I will set, let me now let you know that NAF Connects for Africa and the world will set an inquiry immediately on that young man and know the modalities of bringing him back to Japan
Oh, that's lovely.
to continue
That'll be good.
studying and training must be the promise. If he cannot qualify in that area, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Study, not working, on scholarship, and then working, because while you're on scholarship, you can work for a few hours, like 20 hours or thereabout.
Yes. Part-time job.
Part-time job, and then train with the facilities here to show the world that what that young man lacks is the facilities. The strength is there, but he lacks the facilities to train and come up to this level. I will definitely, under NAM Connects, if I get the information clear, I'm talking to the media, I'm talking to the world right now, that the Ugandan young man who happens to, be, I wouldn't use the word deportation because I made an inquiry before coming here today that he has a 3-month visa and his visa has not expired. Well, if they determine that he ran away from the camp where he's supposed not to, Japan has the right to make decisions. Until I discover the true answer, it should not be called a deportation. It should be called that he went back to Uganda. And I ask our viewers, those from Uganda, from the Ugandan media, to locate the man and let us have his information clear. When we get his information clear, NAF Connects for Africa and the world will make a foundation that will contribute money, ask the world to contribute money to bring the young man back to Japan. Allow him to study here, train here, and I'm quite confident he will make it to the Olympics. So what do you think about our strategy?
Wow, that is, I want to use another word, subarashi. Again, for NAF Connect. You see, in a situation like that, I know that definitely that guy was so desperate.
Thank you.
From his heart, he has decided not to go back.
To be honest.
Well, in other words, I don't have to blame him because anybody that comes to anybody that comes to a country like this and see things working well, wouldn't like to go back. But nevertheless, if NAF Connect can develop such forum
Yes.
for this guy to be brought back, because already
Yeah.
he's a popular guy.
Very, very.
All the world knew about him.
Yes. Yes.
So he's very, very popular.
Yes.
If he comes to Japan again, to be honest with you, he must be one of the popular guys in Japan. Because everybody has known about him.
I am not
and
even...
secondly,
Okay,
see,
go ahead, go ahead.
another thing I want to make clear is this. Japan has the rule that if you fail in your competition today,
Yeah.
next available flight
You
you
are
are
going,
going, in
yes.
as much as you have 1 year visa or 3 months visa.
Yes, yes.
So they don't care. For example, if it's soccer you are playing and you fail today, the next day or next available flight,
Yeah.
you are leaving Japan definitely.
Yes.
Because this COVID-19 has restricted a lot of things. They don't want people to cluster, illegally. They don't want people to go back to their country as soon as possible, not to spread this COVID-19.
Yes.
So what am I saying? If NavConnect can make this opportunity available for this young man, it will be so awesome. And I will also contribute to that.
Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, this is it. This is it. You
Yeah.
see, I have always believed that Africa must be developed by the Africans
Exactly.
in collaboration with the international community. And for the fact that my ham canal is being cracked by a benevolent spirit, that makes me to be very humble. I have the eyes to look right through into the deeds of men. The young man is in agony. Now, wherever he is, he is critically impaired wherever he is. But what brings my heart close to him is, if someone in such circumstance can train to be selected in his country, and because of his country doesn't have that category of weight he should lift before qualifying for the Olympic, he came here for the protest. I think he must have come a long way. He must have struggled through thick and thin to be there. Yes, he made a mistake. We cannot do this, to be very honest with you, without the approval of Japan.
Yeah.
If there are any way, of course, we will find out. We'll make research. When we get his own information, when we get his history, academic history, sporting history up to now, then, to be very honest, yes, he violated, I wouldn't know whether he violates law or not, because I am not a lawyer. But all I know is that
Neither an immigration.
Yeah, neither an immigration officer. So they have to say.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if we make a research and it is possible, if we hear from him that he is willing to come back, we will launch a comeback campaign for him. NavConnect for Africa and the world will launch a comeback campaign for the Ugandan athlete who went back home because he couldn't qualify, who expressed desire to have a good life in Japan. And if opportunity is given to such a young man, I'm confident he will never mess up with it. He will come up with flying colors. So for some of you, of our viewers worldwide who knows him well, who can contact the media through him or who can contact him directly, we would like, NavConnect for Africa and the world team would like to talk to him, would like to know his stance, and so as to know how we can come of help, how we can call for help on his behalf.
Oh, that's good.
With immediate effect.
Very interesting.
So if you, our comment section is on on our free mobile app, is on our YouTube channel. You can go there to our YouTube channel, comment section, and comment about the Ugandan young man who came here and couldn't qualify and was sent back home.
And the possibly ways and means to help him.
And possibly ways and means to help him.
Now we understand that he needed the help.
He needed the help. As a true
ways and
African, you should know the young man needed the help. He needs help now. And we are ready to stand in between to make sure, at least if possible, by the laws of Japan, bring him back to Japan to continue his career and become an Olympic champion one day.
Yeah. Not to cut you short, I think after 1 year, any person that is repatriated from Japan, after 1 year can still reapply.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can stay in Uganda for 1 year, I think that gives him an opportunity
Yeah.
to reapply.
We
So
have, yeah,
depending on the ways and means we got from the people
yes.
and how to help him,
Okay.
so we'll be able to know how to start.
Thank you very
move
much.
on.
Thank you very much. We are not talking about things immediate. We are not magicians.
Yeah.
These are something that has to do with authority, something that has to deal with immigration, police, Ugandan government. You wouldn't know what he's facing in Uganda for painting.
That is another thing.
You get the point
That is
clear. So
we need to get the news.
we need to get the
Because
news.
he might be arrested and thrown into prison
Immediately.
for violating the law and disgracing Ugandan government. Wow. East Africa. Wow.
You know the laws
now
there.
understand where you're going to.
So we need to find out.
It will take time.
So our viewers worldwide, please let us have information about the Ugandan athlete would be Olympian who came here, couldn't qualify, and was asked to go, was afraid to go, and then decided to write a note and say he wanted to stay. His hopes was dashed, and he was sent back. We want to know about him. Afghanis for Africa and the world want to throw in our weight support and ask you to support the young man to come back and pursue his career in Japan.
Very important.
Thank you very much. Again, we will continue. Before we conclude our topic, let me know what you wish our African athletes and Japan for the Olympic.
Well, in two competitors, one must be a winner.
Yes.
Winner must emerge.
Exactly.
And to be honest with you, I can say that I have to sit on the fence in this question because if I support Japan, I'm from Nigeria, but living in Japan.
Yes.
If I support Nigeria, Japan will say, oh, you are supporting them because you are from Nigeria.
Yeah.
If I support Japan, Nigeria will say, we will disown you because you are supporting Japan. So it is a very difficult task.
Yes.
So, but what I will have to tell you is this. Any sports Nigerians are involved in, we have to support them.
Okay.
We have to motivate them. We have to do everything to make sure that they must go back with medal. If not gold, I wish them gold.
Yes.
Yes, but gold, silver or bronze, they must go home with one.
Yes.
Definitely they have to, because we are giving them every support they need. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming to us today. On my own part, Japan has struggled through thick and thin to make sure they stood firm to host this Olympic. I wish them success. NAF Connect team wishes them success, and we will continue to continue spreading the good news of Japan about the Olympic. And we pray that all the athletes will participate, finish their games, and go back home safe.
Sure.
Corona will never defeat us.
Sure.
Corona will never defeat mankind.
Sure.
We should learn from the resilience of Japan to host this. It lies in history. We are coming to the end of our live show today, and we promise bringing information, updating you with accurate information from the Tokyo Media Center about African athletes. Results, whatever happens, you will get them right away. Please subscribe to NAF Connect's YouTube channel for our instant updates. We will bring in live to you. Even after the Olympics, we continue to feed you with a lot of information. So it is NAF Connects for Africa and the world. Understand the name, NAF Connects for Africa and the world.
And NAF Connect really connects.
That's what we should say together. No way.
Okay.
NAF Connects really connects. That's the point. So we are connected. You can see it.
Yeah.
So you can download our free mobile application. We still have all our information there. It's equipped with chat functions, including free video and audio calls, just like what WhatsApp you use. Our Facebook handle, our Instagrams, all we feed with every information we have. So be not deceived. Get the right information and come to Japan and go back home safe. Thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you very much, Honorable Emogota Stanley.
Thank you.
For joining our program today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.